I am Chi Vital, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits. What's up, family? I'm back. It's your girl Chitiki, and I have a message for the family. Y'all already know I've decided to spend more of my time in the void to bring forth some very special messages for you all until otherwise notified. Okay. Lots going on. You may not see me here on screen, but y'all already know I'm behind the scenes working for the collective. I love y'all. We continue to build in love, in sacred love and peace. All right. When it's sacred, that means you're willing to protect it. I'm about to get into this because the message that I have for us, that joint is intense. When I say game over, it's game over. All right. So if you've already been on this wave and you know that I'm about to hit y'all with some sauce, go ahead and put some ones in the chat. Shouts out to my fairy gang. Gang. What up? What up? Shouts out to the Code College. How y'all doing, my family? My family. Yo, so I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time here with you all because I want to make sure that we work through the kinks of this. Because when it's game over, that means, yo, go get the gat. It's go get your sword, go get your gat, go get your wands, go get all of your magical tools. I'm not really serious, you guys, about the gat. Don't want to alarm anyone that I'm inciting violence. Have me a little green tea here. So before I get to the punchline, how many of y'all are ready for experiencing a game over aspect of life? Let me see some bombs drop. Drop some bombs in the chat if you yourself are ready for a game over moment. Okay? And if you're not ready, I don't know what to tell you because it's a game over moment. And there's only one way for us to prepare ourselves for game over moments. How many of you, I like to start with the questions because I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. All right. How many of you have experienced an ongoing, but very evident movement of fate that seems to be outside of your, I don't know, your hands, maybe out of your ability to respond in the way that you should respond? Because we're gonna get to the root of that. Okay. um what else do we have here? Oh man, look, I hope you have your notebooks ready because as I go through what I just had to receive for the collective, you're gonna get some insights of your own that help you to clarify what that means for you. Game over. So let's start with this, right? First and foremost, you've been up in your game with your magic, but in particular, let's speak to the magical feminine energy. Magical meaning that in every way, the feminine energy is utilized to manipulate positive outcomes for you. Positive outcomes for you absolutely speak to what you want. Doesn't necessarily mean what others want. Okay? And it's the others that don't want what you want that are the problem. All right? So, of course, although I am in full bombs dropping expression. I am totally covered in love and its softness. And this is an aspect of the magical feminine. Okay? If you were to, we're here, right? We're here. If I were to approach you in all of this pink, thank you, powerful manifester. If I were to approach you in all of this pink and this soft, beautiful pink is like a luxurious color, right? It's warm. It reminds us of the breeze, the swing on the porch on a beautiful day, a walk on the beach, flamingos. All right? If you were to see me approaching in this way, then you might think, if you're someone who doesn't really believe in me and you are really out to get me and you really would stab me in the back and you really would use excessive force to end the blessings that are actually being attracted to me because I'm in this space of ease, of plush, of trusting that my magic is on point and it does not miss. So I can relax, right? Okay. If you were, not you all, because I know it's not you, right? But there's always someone lurking. If you were the person who saw my softness as a means of getting at me, dog, you would be surprised when I pull out the Ginsu sword, right? And end it for you. Unexpected. Totally unexpected. Like girl power on steroids. Okay? This is the scenario that we're kind of looking at here as a collective. Many of you have tried your earnest to move in an energy of generosity, in an energy of kindness, looking after those who get the privilege of being in your vicinity. And on the side of karma, that pans out pretty freaking well for you because your points, ding, 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 have gone up so you can afford to use excessive force in protecting yourselves and deciding that you're done with those who have mishandled you because they did not understand the way that you think. They did not understand the way in which you move. And they were so busy with trying to make sense of what you're doing with yourself that they decided to turn their backs on you. So we're looking at experiencing a lot of endings that are going to be permanently done, done, done. Can't pick it up when you're done. Okay? Here's the thing. It's not meant for you. Okay? It's not meant for you to pick up. The only thing that you have to understand is that this forward movement that is happening, it is because there is something greater for you. Now, a lot of times when we hear that, it can be painful because the greater that's coming for you means that the thing you're trying to make fix, that circle you're trying to fix into the square, that kind of situation, that I'm here to tell you that that's not going to work. But I'm here to also reassure you that I want you to be prepared for the surprise of the final it's a done yet. The thing is, when things are done and we didn't want them to be done, we can wallow in a sense of what could I have done better? this ain't that time. We could wallow in why did they have to make me use not only a spell breaker, a return to sender, but then actually throw a hex on them, right? Because not everyone here immediately just emotionally moves to, I'm just going to hex someone. And to be honest, like, that's my steez, right? I'm hexing someone to me is like this is a final draw. But that's just for me because that's my energetic. The thing is with those kind of people, when they have to go to the final draw or the final straw, okay, I like the final draw because this means not to draw my sword and do all the ending massacres. And how many of y'all have that kind of temper where if you don't leave that person alone, you're going to get a tsunami response and then wonder why it's got to be so damn excessive. But it's because they've been giving so many passes, right? You've been giving so many passes. You've been flexible. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, I'm trying to understand and see all the perspectives, and I'm trying to take the high road. You know, when they go low, I go high. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I'm just sharing with you. But that's not what it's looking like for you all, family. And I think it's very much in alignment with the fact that some of you now are actually looking into finding out for sure who and what has actually been hating on you this whole time. Like, some of you have decided, you know what? I give up with this trying to fix things and fix and adjust and fix and adjust. I really am tired of being kicked when there is nothing in my vibration at this point. I've been doing so much damn shadow work that there's nothing in my personal energetic field that would lend to someone wanting to cause me any kind of hurt or harm. How many of you have reached that point? Honestly, like, I'm looking at my own like behaviors, intentions, and outcomes, and the way I'm balancing this, I'm trying to balance my checkbook. No. It's gotta be somebody. I don't care if it's a somebody with a physical flesh body or somebody of an entity. It's gotta be somebody working against me. Because some of y'all even got a nice little crew. You know what I'm saying? And y'all feel like you trust them. And it's good. It's like even my crew around me is like working in the same energetic, and we all believe we want to make progress, but for some reason, this is poo poo on my progress. That don't sound right. Don't sound right. So I'm gonna back it up a bit and give y'all some words of advice. This is similar to a personal session with me. Okay. But my spirit was like, yo, just we got this full moon coming up, right? This weekend. It's gonna be a hitter. It's gonna be a hitter. And I'm like, I wonder how this is really like affecting the collective. Let me share with them. So, of course, I've got quite a bit to walk through with you. And it's a beautiful thing. It has an ugly in between. But that's why I'm here to. I looked past the ugly because we have to get past the ugly, but we have to go through the ugly. There's no going over the ugly. There's not going under the ugly. This is the. You gotta go through the ugly. This is the. You're getting snatched from inside your house and you're getting pulled out in the street because Nene wants to fight you and you cannot keep walking away from Nene. Okay, that's what it is. You know that, like, A girl too cute to be fighting in these streets. Like, I'm not trying to get no scars on my face. That's been working for you. You know what I mean? People respect it. You know, you're like, I'm classy. Like, I'm not really for the drama. People have respected it. However, Nene and her cousins are at your door. And now you're like, damn. So, like, I was minding my business. I was maintaining the peace, but y'all done came to my door. So I'm gonna do like Nikki just said, right? I'm going upstairs to go get the Vaseline. You feel me? Vaseline on because I'm still trying to protect my pretty. I'm pulling out my earrings. I'm putting my scarf on. You feel me? Taking my chain off because you know it gets ugly. And you see these sleeves? Oh, they're gonna get used, and you're not gonna see nothing until it come out. Okay? All right. Not to get too ghetto. We are about this life when we have to be, and that's what's happening, right? Like, I keep the peace all around me. My home is beautiful. My my family is at peace. I'm paying my bills on time. I'm meditating on a regular basis. I'm detoxing on a reg. I eat pretty damn well. And here you come at my door. Oh nah. You going who's throwing them hands? Let me see some clapping hands in the comments. If you throwing hands when somebody comes to your door. Talking about they want to fight you. I want to see some clapping hands. I know my guys. Let me get some fists. You know what I'm saying. I'm talking about somebody real life right now. So here's the thing, right? You don't have a lot of time to decide to defend yourself when the beef comes to your doorstep. When the beef comes to your doorstep, that means the information that you didn't have that whole time is right there in your face. And this conflict that you're going to have to experience is part of what is destined for you to be able to say, you know what? I have the power and the strength to take my battle wounds to get to what it is that I'm supposed to be at. This whole time, I've been able to maintain this level of abundance around me. But if I'm stretching myself to get to the next level, I'm gonna have to prove to myself through experience that I'm willing to throw some hands to protect what it is that I have and what I'm going for next. Okay? And I'm gonna give y'all a piece here. So, the first thing, right? The first message I received before looking into the strategy, all right, for the collective was a message about sharing. Now, we tend to hear sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, sharing is caring. All right. The message here is in my temple of silence, all is added to me as I commune with my soul. Sharing is a sacred moment. To give and receive becomes the most intimate communication between two or more beings. Whoever communes participates in the one spirit of life. So here's the first thing and why you got to be ready to throw hands. Okay? Ready to throw at this point. Because we have grown up believing that when we care, we share. Remember, I said you've been living in a space of generosity? You've been living in a space of trusting people around you with your ideas. You've been living in a space of sharing food with people from your table in your refrigerator. You've been living in a space of sharing your products and sharing other people's stuff with your audiences so that everyone wins, right? Because you've been doing that out of a sense of sharing. You know, you have a service that you teaching people how to get the bag, but your homegirl or your homeboy, they can't really afford you like the people who are coming to you. And you like, well, I'm giving you free game. You know why? Because when I win, you win. That's that generosity. That's that sharing is caring. What happened there is that when you communicated and they received the information, they didn't understand that y'all was having a sacred moment. Pause right there. They didn't understand that y'all was having a sacred moment. Information flowing through you in any form, creative wise, intellectually, physically, exchanging resources, space, time, right? Was at its highest level because you've been coming through these past couple of years really understanding the hidden aspects of yourself. So the information that started coming through is like crystal clear and so powerful that when it's shared, it's not just a regular little share. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are in bed together. Do you understand me? Like when I share an idea with you in the moment, my G, I am not just sharing something I read in the magazine. Like I just channel some shit that will change your life. So why would you turn around and use that information against me or to hoard things from me when I just gave you the jewels to get that? Oh, because you took for granted that sacred moment where I was sharing. So now from now on, right? I want you all to have a moment of silence so that you can receive those jewels that be coming out and you feeling all generous and want to share it with others, right? To receive it for yourself. And then when you recognize it as a sacred moment, you're going to move on to the next step of being open. Okay? Here we are. Openness. My heart and mind are open to the light and love of my soul. Light and love of my soul. When our consciousness is open to the love and light of the soul, our lives gain a new perspective. The light illuminates all that may still be obscure, right? You're not really sure, doubtful in our minds. It's the presence of love, not lowercase l love, the presence of capital L love. And I'll explain what I mean for how it comes through me for you, okay? The presence of capital L love dissolves fear and protects us at the same time as it radiates out to everyone around us. So we got this relationship with love that is very pink and soft, right? I get it. But the only reason why you can feel pink and soft and secure and protected in that space is because capital L love is willing to throw hands. Capital L love understands when there is a real and necessary moment where you're choosing the life of the blessings that are coming into your world over the hatred of another energy, and you got to end it. Okay? So love will come in and protect you. When you trust that your love is on that level that is not just one-sided, that your unconditional love for thriving in life with your crew, with your family, with your squadron, with your village, then you know that what you're looking at right? No matter how obscure it might be, you have a jacket of protection. And the more you lean into that is the more you can get illuminated. You can see, because fear clouds our vision. Okay? Fear clouds our vision. If you weren't absolutely sure that whoever has your back, including yourself, then you might look at things from a lens of figuring, this is what I can't do. I have limitations. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? Like that little small mind. And we're not there. Okay? When we're sure, because we've taken the time, you're probably going to want to watch this video again because this is just going to help you now and forever. Cheers to that, Ashe. Once you have trained yourself to take the time to be in silence with yourself, to have that sacred moment of sharing is caring first with the self, you got yourself geared up with your light and capital L love, you then can join another. This is when you can have that sacred moment, right? Where you're laying in bed with another person intellectually, creatively, exchanging goods and money, okay? With a sense of oneness because you're good. You've done the background work, all right? At the center of being grounded, centeredness, focus. Once you're in that place, that's when you can come together with another energy and feel at ease with the birth of what comes out of that exchange. Because now you are in a space of sharing gifts and not empty boxes in exchange for a real gift. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, when y'all was kids, right? This used to happen to me. You know, around Christmas time, you see those beautiful, beautiful displays, these Christmas trees. They got these huge boxes and they look amazing. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, they have all of these gifts for us. And I, like, at one point, I thought like the mall had gifts for like kids who just maybe didn't have a Christmas gift. And I was so surprised when my very curious self went to go underneath the tree and realized there was just foam, like, you know, the styrofoam inside of this beautiful wrapping. Like, why would you wrap nothing? So if you don't spend the time in that quiet space, you're going to get to this other part of the journey where you're exchanging gifts and someone's going to give you the most beautifully packaged piece of nothing in exchange for your beautifully packaged gift of many things. And you want to know the difference because they feel the same, they look the same from the outside. But that moment of silence and then being able to communicate that when I share my gifts, that this is a sacred moment and it's all right. Like, I'm not even about to dumb down the whole confidence and the swag. Like, you know how if you go into a space and be like, yo, son, when I share an idea with you, like, you should write it down and get to work with it. It's just not a regular idea. And people will be like, oh my gosh, everybody thinks their idea is amazing, right? I want you to look at that and go, oh, that's cool. I won't share my idea. I'm going to keep it to myself. Because sometimes that is that energy challenging you to spill your gift in exchange for styrofoam. And instead of taking the hint, you let your ego try to prove something to the one who's going to give you styrofoam in exchange for that gift. Don't do it. Don't do it. But okay, that's cool. Because in reality, if you're doing all this work on yourself, and we all know that inner work is hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? Doing inner work and trying to show up for the world in a way that people, you know what I'm saying? You don't run people over because they just get on your nerves. Okay. And you're not quitting your job just because you're being a responsible adult to take care of business. Like, if anybody around you wants to diminish the value of the way that you're thinking, the way that you create, the way that you believe in your people, why would you have them around? Any inkling of it, we can't even afford it anyway, because we've done so much work on ourselves to appreciate all of ourselves as a whole being, that anyone who wants to remind us of that old thought process, they shouldn't be there. And that's when you're going to get to a real strong point of saying, I'm willing to throw hands. I'm willing to open my door now, kick your ass the hell up out of here, right? And keep it pushing. Even if I gotta get scraped up a bit, I know that this was written in the stars for me to experience. This was written. It was written for me to have a moment in my life where if I'm going to push past this stratosphere, that I would have to fight. And for a lot of people who are not, narcissists or sociopaths, that's a hard thing. So I'm not really talking to y'all because y'all are used to just using and abusing people anyway. I'm talking about people who really genuinely believe in the mission that they have for their family to change the trajectory of their legacy, uh, the mission and the vision of people here who want to change their community, who want other people to believe in themselves, who want other people to awaken their supernatural instincts, their powers, like for the greater good of us all as a collective. I'm talking to y'all, okay? Talking to y'all because, ain't no double dutch on this. Can't double dutch when they come knocking at your door. All right? Okay. So, the thing about this enemy that's knocking at your door, think about it. How much gumption does somebody have to bring the war to your doorstep? Think about that. This is why, in places where you have a license to have arms, that when someone comes within your home, there's really no sense of excessive force, because when someone exhibits the level of crazy that they're willing to push past the threshold, right? Now you're in a space of, I just have to end this threat to my peace. If you're in your vehicle, if you're out on the street, like your home, your sacred space, your temple is your body, right? You don't have time to figure out the level of crazy behind the individual who has that much energy, whatever is pushing them, right? To peacefully end whatever it is that's coming at you. They actually are asking for it. And there are people who have, for some of y'all, I'm sorry, but there are literally people sitting there lighting candles on you on a regular basis. There are people who are literally gossiping about you on a regular basis. There are people who are thinking about you on a regular basis, and it's not doing any positive for you. And even as surprising as it may be when you find out that people have been putting your names in all kind of drama, that people have been assuming certain things about you and spreading it like the gospel, when people have been seeing that you're doing well, and because they have no idea of the level of intellect or capability that you have, that they assume the worst about what you've been able to maintain and gain for yourself. I feel sorry for those people because they are going to catch it when you decide that that's it. And there's no feeling bad. There's no feeling bad. And you have to know that. In this space and time, when this Uranus energy comes in to snap, whatever side of it you're on, how it ends, it ends. This is one of the biggest moments in your life where you need to experience a level of detachment. Because if you did something wrong and it's done, it's done. If somebody else did something wrong, it's done and it's done. But however it ends, just know that you had to fight. Okay? And you had to tap into your warrior energy. That's it. What happens after you clear the field? What happens after you clear the field? Right? Burn it down, chop it. Now, you will be prepared. Trust and believe. After this full moon, to plant the seeds of crops that are only going to serve you in the harvest of the life moving forward that you desire. There's no, I'm going to take my chances on this corn, even though I wanted to grow lettuce and I wanted to have mangoes. And I wanted to, like, if you want mangoes, right? You know, at this point in time, I wanted to grow mangoes in my yard. Me, I got move out of this cold weather and live somewhere where we can grow mango. Because some of you won't leave because you're too afraid, and people keep telling you can't do certain things, but you can. So don't go for the corn if you want mangoes. Does that make sense? These are the decisive actions that you need to make. And you will see around you more reflections of energy you can celebrate. Because what happens after the battle? You know what I'm saying? You got your little bandage on, you know, you put your little cocoa butter, your shea butter. You feel me? There's a celebration. So long as you breathe in at the end of it, right? You celebrate. Because whatever was coming at you knows for a fact, it ain't no coming back. Right? Ain't no coming back, and they not gonna try it. Don't even try it. Because whatever you was talking about, that's on you. Right? The next thing is, once you draw your sword and people know how you moving, it's like you showed your cards, right? What does that mean? Once you show your cards, baby, move on it. You will need to move on it. It's time for you to get moving, moving, moving. You got that idea? You know who you want to flex with? Flex. You want to move home? You want to secure your relationship? You want to be like, this who I want in my home? This who I want to share my space with? This what, especially the earth around you, right? Now, that's the other thing. This is not just happening with us. The earth itself is like, okay, y'all, people, companies, powers that be have been disrespecting me. I'm the earth. Are you kidding me? You think you could plant your seeds inside of me to deceive what it is that I am going to give life to? No. I'm killing your seeds before they grow. The earth is on that time. You trying to annihilate my seeds, and I'm the one that you put your seeds into? No, I'm picking and choosing. And the ones who are working with me, the ones who are cultivating me, the ones who come and bless me, the ones who pray and say, give thanks to me, I'm going to bless their seeds when they plant them. For those of you who are raping me of all of my resources because you think that your money is the end game to what it is, but you're going to suck me dry, watch me annihilate your seeds before they even grow. So the earth is on that time. And if you're tuned into the earth, you will be feeling that same fire, that same energy with your own environment. Okay? And there's no stopping her when it happens. Like, she's not afraid of too much water washing down the earth. If she wanted to wash out Florida, you think she's gonna be like, oh, I washed too much of that soil into my waters? No, because the waters still are part of earth. She expanded in one area, and guess what's gonna happen? She gonna push that earth up in another area. That's what an earthquake is. Push up and grow earth in another. She's earth bender. You feel me? Like, no apologies. So for those of you who have been kind of sitting on the fence with how you want to move, just know that you got mad energy that's about to come push through to support those seeds that you're planting. One, let me return to some real galactic understanding. If you a litterer, I'm talking about from the lowest, like if you're a litterer, if you at no time walk outside and even just bless the earth, you got a problem energetically. So if you catching this for the first time, go outside, okay, and bless the earth. Even from your own living room. Place your face to the ground and give thanks for the solid ground that holds you up. Because when she gets to making sure that it's clear that no creature on this planet has any dominion over her, you would like to be on her side. Right? Make sense? So like I said, you're going to be able to get to the other side and celebrate. When you're celebrating, you also want to move very quickly on the ideas that you have. No slacking. You want to move quickly. And if you yourself don't identify as a leader with the vision and the ability to direct the action behind the ideas, humble yourself in a way that's not disrespectful to the value you add, but humble yourself to the wisdom of seeing someone who has a vision that you're ready to act on and push forward. Because that's a major key in knowing yourself. If you know I'm really about pushing these keys on this keyboard and typing up all the newsletters, let that be your part. You feel me? Let it be your part. Don't try to be the manager when you know, like, you can't even manage waking up at a certain hour and getting, breakfast done in time so that everyone gets to school and work on. Like, don't do that. Because then you're going to slow down the hustle and the success of the collective vision. What if you are the visionary? You got to be able to see all the parts and how they work together. It ain't a one-man show. And that's the other thing. The reason why you're going to have to fight is because it's not a one-man show. But you need to be able to show anyone who's going to want to rock with you that you're willing to throw hands for them too. because everybody needs to be on that time. Like, I'm willing to stand front line for who I'm going to roll with. Okay. All right. So I hope that you all received this message and enjoyed it, and it spoke to your spirit, and it wakes you up in a really good way. Because I told y'all the roughest part is being like that chill person who's like recognizing, you know what I'm saying, I did my dirt. I made amends for that. I'm trying to be calm, trying to just focus and actually take action behind ideas and work, and not think that I'm gonna just pray and things are gonna fall into place. Now you really like getting active. And now ish hits the fan. I know that it's hard for those individuals. Some of y'all love y'all some war, but we need y'all too. So it ain't like I don't got love for y'all. We need y'all. Some of y'all love some war, like y'all looking for it. So it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be such a huge, big shift for those people. But it's gonna be a huge, big shift for people who try to move away from that kind of energy, because your perspective usually is trying to find some harmony even amongst the difference of opinions. And what's challenging is that this is unavoidable. This is a kind of a beginning that is unavoidable because it was fated for you. And sometimes the things that are fated for us, we can't always see why that direction is better for you. Okay? Um yeah, man. So silence. Have some silence with yourself. All right? And make sure when you go to sharing, even if it's a whisper, it's a sacred moment. Even make it a practice with your closest friends who are not going to be like, weird. I mean, like, not weird and take things out of context. But tell them, when I share this idea with you, it's like we're sleeping with each other. So once we're sleeping with each other, you gotta really have my back, because I don't want to pass no dirty energy. Truly, please only reinforce that kind of understanding with people that are not gonna be weird, because it ain't. Okay? So, y'all, before you go, the Valentine's Day Zoo is already in full effect on the HOC Wellness shop. So that's hocwellness.com. All right, y'all can find the link down in the description. There's a Black Lily body splash to get your sexy on, and also it's really good for deep meditation where you go into the abyss. That level of meditation can be very difficult to get to. It takes a lot of time for some individuals, especially when you have a lot going on in your mind. So it's best to manifest from that space. So you have your spray there that is going to turn it up a notch. You can spray it and walk out your house, but you're clear. You had your moment of silence. There's other things on sale there, and I have some other stuff coming in the works. You will see it there. Everybody else who was hitting me up about energies coming towards you, I got y'all. I'm gonna hit you back. I got plenty of messages. It's all good. Y'all gonna know that, because this full moon will be used to end it in full force. All right. Peace, love, and bliss. I'm out of here. Don't forget to hit up the HOC wellness.com.